Okay, so hi. So from this higher vantage point, the camera is a little bit precariously placed. For the first time, this time, I could see that it was slanted this way. I could really tell because the horse looked crooked. So I just sort of replaced it all to look a little bit straighter, and that makes me feel better. Because you know what's really good for you? Looking at the horizon, just looking up at nothing, except for that straightness. It's so good for the eyes. But I love looking at all of you. Hello, it's Sunday. It's a sacred, sunny Sunday. Oh yes it is. And we are continuing to just take it easy. Thank you for enjoying my first in the series of 7 chakra specials I started last night. So today we're focusing on the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. And mine has been ultimately activated, so I'm just taking it easy today. And we'll come back later on and we'll talk more about that. Because I found my Dr. Bali book staring at me with his eyes closed. And I remembered he had a whole section on the chakras. So because I remembered after yesterday, this is the root section that is the beginning. And I wanted to just mention, the goal is to restore feelings of security and being connected. So if ever you feel off balance in the root chakra, reconnect with nature, with yourself, and with the cosmos. And that's what it was all about yesterday on the 1st of June, being the 6th month, as we have gone through the portal towards the 6th of being in alignment with the universe and the earth as the Empress. And I didn't mean to come back on with my braids, except that I did them so perfectly this morning that I kind of was just like, this is me. This is me today. And this isn't a real tattoo, if anyone was wondering. It's one of just those armbands, and it gets all like raveled up. Okay, so I was noticing my big muscles. I really have been working hard at work, and I'm getting muscles that I've never seen before. My ex used to say I had a nice back, that I had lots of muscles in my back. So today, anyway, we're gonna just take it easy. We're gonna work our muscles, but lying down, which is my favorite thing to do. We're gonna close our eyes. This is what Dr. Bali always used to say. Whenever you'd be spewing information at him, he'd say, close your eyes. It's all within you. I love you all so much. One of my favorite things, I did all of my planting. I really re-rooted, okay? And it's when it's that time of the month and we're activated as women, we're more sensitive and more vulnerable. And lately I've just sort of been running away from situations when I feel like that. I don't want to deal with them. But we really activated the root yesterday and really started rising the Kundalini and the energy within us. And we can't run away from that, unfortunately. We have to deal with it. But energy is energy, and sometimes we're triggered to repeat things from the past just to learn our lessons for good. But once we learn them, you know what, we really should move on from them. We don't have to stay in the cycle. It's a karmic cycle. Don't stay in it. Learn the lessons and move forward. That's what I keep saying, okay? Okay. So I went out special to get myself a jasmine and lychee kombucha. The neighborhood's a little bit hopping, but I was out there early doing my planting. I planted my tomatoes. My cucumbers were looking a little bit rough. They really wanted to stick their roots into the earth. And so I hope they're going to be okay. I planted them. I planted my new rose bush in a special pot. I planted some nasturtiums, some beans. You know nasturtiums, you can eat them and they grow towards the sun and they just kind of grow like wild. And some beans and some sunflowers. And it's all nice and it's gonna grow now, and it was so nice to do the garden. So there's a line in one of these Iron and Wine songs, and Iron and Wine is so poetic, and if I could, I would drink wine all afternoon in my garden, but I can't. So we're gonna drink the kombucha and stay happy with that, because I love jasmine flowers. I love flowers. Actually, let's spray some vanilla rose and jasmine. I wanted to light the sacred fire too. Anyway, Iron and Wine. I had some trouble with this phone. This is my very old Huawei phone, and it died last night, and it's so hard to recharge it. I had to take it out of its case. I had to give it some love. I had to charge it, recharge it, plug it, plug it. I had to try a bunch of different plugs. It went into emergency backup mode. I had to reset all my passwords. It was like a big stress this morning. So, whoosh, we finally listened to Iron and Wine in the sun. And I chilled, and I chose my songs. And let's just do that, because it was finally put me in the right mood to come on and sweet talk to all of you. So listen to the good lines in all of these songs. I love Iron Wine for their poetry. One of the lines is, let's close our eyes and open wide. Is there anything? Let's dance right into the hands of a wonderful life, of a wonderful life. I might take my hair out at some point. Let your hair down. Let's swing, let's dance, kiss a little harder on the lips of a wonderful life. Let's dance. Sweet talk, but I still won't get taken by surprise anymore. Once we've learned our lessons, we can move forward, not being taken by surprise, because we see the signs now, right? Oh, so this is classic iron line.
She wasn't there and then she was.
Maybe we'll take our hair out of it.
That lightning hit the ground without room.
Oh, it's so nice in here today.
She would laugh, I would laugh. Somehow that sound became.
Okay, adjust. Make yourself ultra comfy.
Day turned into night, and night to morning.
We'll start slowly on the nose.
She ever comes back around. Something she forgot. Or maybe take me for a ride. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I knew someone long ago, although it feels like yesterday. She would look me in the eye and say whatever. I know this kind of moon, it looks too full to come back down. I've seen a couple suns that separate. She ever comes back around just to slam an open door. Or to lay her hand in mine. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise. I knew someone long ago, whether I wanted to or not. We never said goodbye, that I remember.
Take a second, massage your foot here. Your self-care is important.
She never knew how much she gave, how much she made and left behind. I never knew how much I had to surrender.
Let's rock both knees.
She ever comes back around to see if I'm still sore, or just make me feel alive. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise.
Bring the hips up and down slowly and gently until you're ready to lower
I don't get taken by surprise.
sounds beautiful. Let that just sink in. Be grateful for you and your soul, my friends. For some reason this is catching my eye and I want to just bring it into the picture. No one believed it, but we told the truth. All in good time, everything gets revealed. Because God sees all. Oh, thinking about my grandmother today. And it was nice to watch the older people walk in and out of the church this morning. I love living next to a church. I've never worn my chapeau like this. Oh, j'étais pour parler en français. When the camera's like this, I realize I gotta do my hair caramel encore. Donc, j'ai pas parlé en français, mais je vous aime. Et dans mes vidéos que je vais faire une spéciale sur les chakras, je vais parler un peu plus en français pour que vous vous sentez encore avec moi. And yesterday, I put the link to my Instagram at the bottom of that first root chakra video of Kundalini. And I think I confused some people because then I was talking about my Patreon and blah, 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 blah. Okay, don't worry about Patreon. How about we just focus on being here now? And my Instagram is so crazy. The awesome thing was that my Instagram only exists on this really old phone. And I don't know the password for it anymore. And when I transferred all my information to my newer phone a long time ago, it didn't transfer and I could never open my Mystical M Instagram on my new phone. I only have my actual name one, which was from when I was with my ex and my kid, and my kid's like 2 and he's so cute, all those pictures, and I was in real estate. Oh, I don't use that Instagram anymore. But it's the one I know the password for, but this one I don't even know the password for it, but it's amazing. All the other apps wanted passwords except for my Instagram. It opened. Right after I told everyone they could go check it out. So phew. But again, I don't post every day and I don't chat there, okay? But thank you for all the things that you all sent me. I think it's amazing. I am so grateful for you. Also, like, share, and subscribe, and everything happens all in good time. We know that by now. But like, I don't know, I'm feeling really heavily weighed by the fact that my brother's girlfriend, fiance, just sort of left him. And she just sort of left. And she was always traveling for work. And I think every time, it just came to me just now, but I feel like every time she left, she had to mentally prepare to be able to just leave in case she never came back, I guess. And she, in that way, completely ended up distancing herself. And she left. The whole house they had built, everything that she wanted in there, all of her clothes, her earrings, the dogs. So he's going through that, and like, he's not the only guy I know going through that. There's this dude at work, his wife started gambling and they lost everything, and now he lives with a friend and he has super bad credit because she lost everything of his, and now he's like practically homeless. Very cranky all the time. And then I was talking to another colleague about that and he told me the same thing happened to him. That's why he's not with his wife anymore. So, you know, relationships are hard. As we're lighting our sacred flame, I want us all to focus on ourselves, and we can have self-care. We heal what we need to heal in ourselves, and then we don't bring the baggage of the past into anything new. Okay? We respect ourselves and our growth and our healing. And thank you for joining me, even if you're not into all of this. But if you're into all of it, join me for my sacral chakra sacral Sunday special later on. And of course, I'll be on my Patreon later on. Maybe after a nice long soak. But right now, all in good time, my friends, all in good time. And I don't know why I'm like on this Fiona Apple kick. So Iron and Wine and Fiona Apple. In good time. And I just love the cover of this album.
All in good time, I gave it my best. I was alone till I found myself. Grew up to be a man, more or less. All in good time. in good time, I drifted away. I ran my mouth till I had nothing to say. You broke my heart and I was okay. All in good time.
Let's go with the energy.
All in good time, I trusted my eyes. Treated my losses like clouds in the sky. Finally picked on some on my side. All in good time. In good time, I followed my nose. Incredibly, when the night comes to blows, tried on your love, then I folded those clothes. All in good time. Throw your bread to falling birds. Buried friends and wasted words. Something wants to leave us all alive. All in good time, my angel came back. Needed somebody, but that didn't last. We would have cried, but we could laugh. All in good time. All in good time, we felt like a star. We closed our eyes and we opened our arms. Out the road, our own stolen car. All in good time. All in good time, and that's what it was. We took that cash and the mattress for love. Dropped all our weapons, shrank from the blood. All in good time. All in good time, we had nothing to prove. We took the bait, so we closed the tube. No one believed it, we told the truth. All in good time. All in good time, our plan went to shit. I told my future by reading your lips. You wore my ring until it didn't fit. All in good time. All in good time, we suffered enough. Ain't that our muscle and push came to shove. Swept all that broken glass under the rug. All in good time. Dancing till we both collapse. Wishing we could hide our tracks. Something lost that beat us all alive. All in good time, we'll remember when. Say our goodbyes and our hellos again. Puff and we'll puff until they let us in. All in good time. All in good time, we'll land on our feet. Your mother was sighing, my soldier was asleep. We'll swim in the ocean, fishes set free. All in good time. Yes, in the ocean. All in good time.
But you know what? Everything happens the way it should, and everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's like at the end, happy baby. Because you know what happened actually? My brother, he was telling me this story yesterday, and like, cause he lives sort of on a lake and far away, our connection was sort of scratchy. So I was just hearing his side of the conversation. And he loves to talk, so he was just talking. He couldn't hear anything I was saying to him, but I was just letting him go. And he was laughing because he was telling me he had seen a poster for a band that he likes and some guys that he knows playing nearby in town on a Saturday night, last Saturday night. So he decided to go. And he biked there, and locked up his bike, Then he realized he didn't really know where he was going because he was like, am I at the right place? He was expecting like an outdoor show. So he could hear music inside, and it was near a bar, so he went into the bar, and they were all like, no, this isn't the show that he thought it was. It was some other band called Roadhouse, but they were a cover band, and they were apparently really good. And the girl was like, somebody had just canceled, so there were like 6 free tickets. Do you want one? And he was like, okay. So he went in and had a great time, and he was sitting alone, and then he decided to get up and dance, and he was like, everybody was dancing, and then he was next to a table of some like cute girls, and they were looking at him, and then they started talking to him, and they were like, did you come here alone? You're so brave. So he was dancing, and he was like sort of arrogant because that's what he does, and he really gets into things when he decides to. And this other couple, this young kid, starts asking him like, do you play guitar? And they start talking about guitar and how it loosens you up, and the kid was like, oh, I tried, but I gave up. And my brother was like, you're young, how old are you? You have time to learn. I was like 22 when I learned, and he was like, I'm 20, and my brother was like, oh my god. And then the kid was like, how old are you? And my brother goes, I'm 15, and he's like, oh my god, you don't look it. You're rocking for your age. And they all had a blast. Isn't that awesome? And the girl that left him hasn't like even been, she's sort of ghosted, she just disappeared, and I didn't even want to reach out to her, it breaks my heart. But they ended up talking the next morning after that, but he had a lot more self-confidence because he had built up his self from inside the night before, and he stood up for himself more and what he deserves, and I hope he gets to stay where he is. It's a beautiful place, and he's got the dogs, like he takes care of their dogs. Oh my god. So shout out to all of you. I got my 2-year badge at work, and it came with this envelope. I wanted to open it with you all. So thanks for making it this far in the video and for really being my friends. Joyeux anniversaire. Merci pour tout. Le 23 mai. 2-3. That's my anniversary. 2 years of service. And man, can I hold my own there now. And I actually really do care from the bottom of my heart and soul. I'm on the path towards really rooting myself in my own roots, making my own roots and rising. Even if it's hard and we feel delicate, we can't keep repeating past mistakes or we stay stuck right there. So we gotta let it rise and heal and flow forward towards the future, okay? Upward now. Upward flow. Upflow. UPSwing. Okay, I love you all so much. Mwah. Happy Sacred Sunday, and I'll be back later. I'll see you soon. Give me a like.